The Crucible has potted black. How often do you get such a stellar cast in one show?
I missed the whole pack when I was supposed to be breaking.
But Mark Addy, Jack O'Connell and Ralf Little are clearly enjoying themselves because they've got time for some banter and a break.
You know, you think what an ideal opportunity, but how are they going to show a game of snooker?
How are they going to do the snooker? Because sport's notoriously difficult to show, because the nature of sport, what sport is that it's fluid and live and it carries its own drama. So to try and replicate that hardly ever works. So it was like, this is a challenge. How are they going to make it work? And luckily, the boy plays, and pretty well as well.
Had you played snooker before?
Not to any level. Just knocking about with me dad and his uncles, who they still meet every Sunday. So at home. So. Well, hopefully by the time I reconvene with them, I should be a bit better.
Regardless of how he hits a shot with a cue, Jack certainly seems to know when to take one. He made a mark in the British thriller 71 and was recently directed by Angelina Jolie in her film Unbroken. The nap, though, is a very different proposition.
We go from the set that we're sat on now is an old British Legion club somewhere in Sheffield, and we go via hotel rooms and a gangster's lair to the Crucible Theatre, the World Championship finals.
He's done it! The epic final between Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor in 1985 proves the real World Championships have, of course, provided plenty of drama without a script. The nap comes from the pen of Richard Bean, the writer of One Man, Two Governors.
I mean, I don't think Richard could avoid being funny even if he tried, because he's hilarious and he's a hilarious writer, but there's real depth in the narrative, the things that Jack goes through playing Dylan.
I hope we give the impression that he's a talented individual, so it's interesting to see how then figures surrounding him try and influence him for one way or the other, but all with their own intentions.
It's a great story, and the audience go on it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, but it's a cracking play.
It's just a little bit far-fetched that the table that we're seen playing on in the British Legion is sadly the same table that we play the World Finals on.
Table talk over, it's time for more practice. Even in a play, it can always come down to the very last shot. Tom Ingle, BBC Look North, at the Crucible in Sheffield.